All right, if you're leading a business today, you're probably already deep in the weeds with generative AI. But what if I told you the next evolution is already here? And it's not just an update, it's a massive shift in how work actually gets done. Today, we're diving into the world of Agentic AI. And let's just kick things off with a statement that really sets the stage. This is a big one. We're talking about something that's being called as transformative as the internet itself. I mean, this isn't just another small tech update. It's a genuine paradigm shift. In fact, Gartner thinks that by 2028, a full third of all enterprise software is going to have this baked right in. So what's the plan for the next few minutes? Well, we're going to break down what agentic AI really is. We'll look at the incredible results it's already getting for giants like Amazon and Genentech. And most importantly, we'll talk about what you can do right now to get your organization ready to tap into this power.
Okay, first things first. What are we actually talking about when we say agentic AI? Let's break it down.
So here it is. The single most important idea to grasp is the shift from reactive to proactive. We're moving past AI that just sits there and waits to answer our questions. We're talking about AI that actively goes out and solves our problems. Think of it this way. It's less like a smart calculator you punch numbers into and more like a virtual team member you can delegate a whole project to.
And this comparison really hits the nail on the head, right? On one side, you've got the reactive assistants, the chatbots we all know. You ask, they answer, they wait for you. But on the other side, you've got these proactive collaborators. You don't give them a simple prompt, you give them a high-level objective. And then they figure out the plan, they take action, and they actually go and get it done.
So how in the world do they pull this off? Well, it boils down to this really cool three-step process. First, they decompose. They take a huge, messy goal and break it down into a series of smaller, logical steps, a real plan. Then, and this is key, they have self-reflection. As they're working, they're constantly checking their own work, learning, and improving their approach on the fly. And finally, they take action. They don't just think, they do. They can access your systems, use tools and data, and even team up with other AI agents to get the job done.
Okay, so that's the what. It's cool, it's powerful, but let's get down to brass tacks. For any leader, the question is always the same. So what? What does this actually mean for my business? Let's dive into the results. Well, the first, most obvious win is just a massive boost in productivity. I mean, think about it. By having agents automate all those complex, tedious workflows, you free up your most valuable asset, your people. You let them focus on the strategic, creative stuff that humans are uniquely good at. And to give you a sense of scale, just look at this number. Let it sink in, 4,500 years. No, that's not a typo, and it's not some far-out projection. That is the actual amount of manual work time that Amazon saved on one project. So here's the story behind that number. Amazon had this massive problem, over 10,000 old legacy Java applications that needed to be modernized. A nightmare, right? Well, they unleashed a transformation agent that just handled it. It did the work, which led to that mind-boggling time savings and, oh, by the way, over $260 million in cost savings every single year. And it's not just about single tasks. Agents can accelerate entire business workflows. You know all those frustrating delays, the handoffs between departments? Agents just smash through those bottlenecks. They can run multiple steps in parallel, like, say, running a credit check while also validating documents, and just collapse the timeline. A great example is Rocket Companies. They built an agentic system to tackle the beast that is home financing. It sifts through an insane 10 petabytes of data. For the customer, what does that mean? It means faster answers, a smoother experience, and way more personalized advice during one of the biggest decisions of their lives. The third huge area is speeding up innovation and research. Seriously, just imagine for a second having a team of virtual research partners working 24/7. They can explore massive data sets on their own, finding connections and insights that would take your human teams months, maybe even years to uncover. And Genentech is a fantastic real-world example of this. They built an agentic solution to automate the incredibly tedious manual search process for biomarker validation. What's the result? Their brilliant scientists get to stop being data librarians and start being, well, scientists. They're focused on high-impact discovery, which massively accelerates the path to finding new, life-saving drugs. Okay, so the power is pretty undeniable, right? The question then becomes, how do you actually get your organization ready for this? Because, and this is really important, this isn't just another tech upgrade you can hand off to IT.
It's a strategic shift that touches everything: your tech foundations, your people, and your entire approach to governance. Now, here's the good news. If you're already investing in generative AI, you're not starting from scratch. You're actually on the right path. Things like having a solid AI-ready data infrastructure, establishing a semantic layer, which is just a fancy way of saying a common language for your data so agents can understand everything, and taking a serious production-level approach to Gen AI, those are the building blocks you absolutely need. But look, the tech is really only half the battle. The biggest challenge, and honestly the biggest opportunity, is the people's side of this equation. The absolute goal has to be framing these agents as collaborators, as teammates, not as replacements. And this quote really says it all. Your success is going to hinge on whether you can turn that natural fear and uncertainty into genuine enthusiasm. How do you do that? It means being super transparent, shouting out the early wins for everyone to see, and seriously investing in upskilling to build what you could call agentic literacy across the whole company. Make no mistake, adopting agentic AI will reshape your organization from the ground up. Forget about those old, siloed departments with clunky, linear handoffs. Instead, I want you to picture a distributed immune system for your business, a network of intelligence that can sense a problem anywhere, in finance, in supply chain, wherever, and instantly mobilize the right resources to fix it. This also means a huge cultural shift away from demanding perfect execution and towards a mindset of constant learning and discovery. So here's a new problem. You can't exactly stand over the shoulder of an autonomous agent and micromanage it. It just doesn't work. So how do you govern these things? Well, there's a fantastic analogy for this. Start thinking of your leadership team as a board of directors for your AI agents. What does that actually mean? It means you stop managing the tactics and you start guiding the strategy. You set the high-level intent. You define what success looks like. You draw clear lines in the sand about which decisions must be escalated to a human. And then, just like a real board, you hold periodic board meetings to check on the results, update the policies, and make sure that this powerful autonomy is always aligned with your core business goals. All right, we've covered a lot: the what, the why, and the how. So let's wrap this up by boiling it all down into a clear, actionable plan you can use to get started. So here are your first 4 steps. Step 1, develop a strategic roadmap that is led by the business, not just IT. Step 2, establish robust security and privacy controls that are specifically designed for autonomous agents. Step 3, actively encourage and champion that human-AI collaboration model we talked about. And step 4, find that sweet spot. Decentralize to let your teams innovate and move fast, but centralize your key platforms and governance to make sure you can scale effectively. And if you take away just one thing, let it be this: the companies that are winning right now aren't the ones with some perfect 10-year master plan. They're the ones who simply started. They picked a real business problem, got a small team working on it, and kicked off that learning cycle as early as possible. Don't wait. This isn't science fiction. This technology is here, right now, creating incredible value today. The opportunity in front of you as a leader is to start building, start learning, and start shaping how these powerful new collaborators will redefine the future of your business. The Agentic future is here, and it's for all of us to create.